Hello everyone and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be doing autumn flowers. I started off by doing a polygel infill and put down a layer of foundation gel. Filing down thinly my French tip manicure, you can see all the layers that I have gone through over the past months that I've started doing these videos. For this design, I'm going to be using Sally Hansen's Miracle Gel colors Game of Chromes and Spice Age. I'll be taking Game of Chromes and putting down one layer on each nail. I love this particular nail polish. It glides off smoothly and it covers very well, as you can see here. Right now I'm down to half the bottle because I've used this color so many times. I hate how some brands, like the same brand, the colors are not consistent when it comes to putting down on your nail, as we saw in previous designs. I've used the same Sally Hansen Miracle Gel, and some of them would leave streaks. Some of them would be too transparent, not in a good way. But this particular color just glides on like paint. It is so good. After we finish applying one coat on the surface of each nail, I'm going to be applying this color on the underside of each nail. Since this color is so chic, I wanted to continue this color throughout, and having this color on the undersides will do just that. Even putting this underside each nail, it's not the easiest, but this spreads on so easy. Now I'm taking my sponge and putting down a thin layer of Spice Age, and I'm going to be dabbing this on the tips of each nail. And what I'm going to be going for is an ombre effect. And I've tried this a couple of ways with this regular nail polish. I've tried the feathering with an ombre brush, and that didn't work out so well. And then I've tried doing the sponge effect with two colors, and that didn't work as well either. So now I just decided to lay down the Game of Chromes, let that dry, and then apply the Spice Age with the sponge, as you see here. It doesn't need to be like, it doesn't have to look how it would look if we just used the brush. We're going for this hint of color as it just comes out off the sponge, because we'll be using black to detail later, so you don't want it super dark. I'm going to be taking my Shany striper nail polish in color black, and I'm going to be just arbitrarily making some fine lines, as you see here. I'm not always great with line work, especially if it's organic line work, because I think the pressure of just making it free form, I get a little bit nervous on just putting lines down and making it look like it had a purpose when there is no rhyme and reason placing these lines down. But I'm just going to be placing at least 4 of these lines on each nail, making it look like, you know, some stems growing out. And this is in real time, so just the process of thinking and placing down these lines is exactly how slow I went doing it. Now I'm going to be applying the same technique on each nail. Again, making at least like 4 swivels on each nail, maybe more. And it's really just based on how much room I have on each nail. But this design is pretty giving, so you can do as many as you can and still fit in the flower effect. In this distance, you can see now too how it's just growing out of the nail. But now I'm going to be taking, again, Sally Hansen's Miracle Gel, color Hunger Games, and Rock On. And I'm using my detail brush to make the flowers on each nail. And I'm just going to be doing about 3 blooms per nail. So, like I said, you can see with the black detail, it looks like it's growing out from the ground. The camera view doesn't quite give it justice, but I can already see the depth with the colors in the ombre. So it's already starting to become this really neat design. And again, right now I'm just placing down these random buds, and it doesn't need to be in any particular spot. Just, you know, obviously it's towards the tip of the stem. And I probably went a little slow doing these. I think I could have gone faster just placing these down. Again, I just get so nervous with you know, placing these down and painting on the design. The more I end up doing this, I'm sure the better I'll get at it, but ultimately these are just blob looking things on my nails, so I probably could have been not so nervous about doing them. But I think, you know, anyone doing their own nail will have the same feelings when doing something they're not so comfortable doing. But here I'm just again applying at least 3 blooms on each nail. Also with these metallic colors, I selected them because they were metallic colors. On camera with the lighting, it looks so hard to get it at the right angle so that you can see um, the colors the way that I see it. So, but I love this chrome color combination. It's funny because you know, when I used to go to the store, I would stop by the nail polish aisle, and I normally got Sally Hansen's, and I would just walk down and see anything that would pop up, and I would just grab it, like, you know, not really needing it, or have any ideas for it. I'll just be like, oh, this is such a cool looking color, and I would grab it. So, you know, this one here is like a magenta metallic looking color. But when I saw it through the bottle, I was like, wow, this is a really pretty color. So I just took it. So now I'm using it to create this design today. So I'm kind of excited to be finally using all of these together. So now I'm taking the rock on and I'm making lighter color blooms on each nail, and I think there's about maybe 2 or 3 blooms on each nail. And this is just to give it some variety in color. And right now it doesn't seem so much like a bloom, but we'll define more of that later in the video. And again, the consistency of each bottle is so different. So if memory serves me right, which it never does, the Game of Chromes, like I said, has great coverage and is such a good feeling nail polish when I'm putting it down. But I believe, like, especially this rock on one, it looks so cool through the bottle. It looks like cement meets metal. But I remember it not going on so smoothly. And I think the other two comes on very sheer. So you need more, like, either a thick application or more than one layer application. So I just find that annoying how the same bottles from the, or different bottles from the same brand just are different. So now I'm going to be taking a Stiletto and Studs is the name of the color from Sally Hansen's Miracle Gel. And it's a darker color, and I'm going to use it as for the leaves on the bottom, and because it kind of gradually darkens towards the tip, I'm making this darker color the leaves. So again, at this angle, with the lighting and everything, it is harder to see the metals in this, I guess not color spectrum, but just on the darker side of things. but they're there. And then when you move your nail around, the light that reflects off of it makes it look so cool. It reminds me of, as I say this awkwardly, these metallic paintings in this church that I used to go to. I don't even know how to explain it, but it was a painting on the walls. It was framed up, and it looked like it was painted with metallic paint. And as the light was on it, when you walk down the aisles, the paint colors just change depending on the angle. It kind of reminds me of that. If anybody has ever been in a specific church with those specific paintings. Anyway, I'm taking my Shany striper nail polish, and I'm just going back in, and I am painting some detail on the flowers and the leaves, and it's very simple. I'm just outlining my flowers and putting down a line in the middle on each bloom. And then for the leaves, I'm not outlining it. I'm just taking the striper and putting a line down the middle. So again, this design is very simple and easy to do. And I love how organic the line work is on it, because it gives it this flower look, but it's like cartoony, but not in a childish cartoony way, more like a novelty print cartoon kind of way. Kind of like if you were to stamp it, I guess, and you get the stampers with that do layers. So I think that looks cool. So now I'm just doing the same technique on each nail. I guess to make this design pop even more, I could have picked like a white striper nail polish, or like a light gray nail striper polish, and kind of reline each stem to give it more depth. But I wanted this to be quick and easy, and when I look at these, I love seeing all the different reflections of color that come out of it. So I think it's pretty good enough. But I guess for the viewers out there, I think it would have been easier to show the depth if I just defined it so the camera could pick it up. I guess those are the other things. Either choose not so much a dark design, or somehow get better lighting. I don't know. So now I'm taking my Gummy Jelly by Couture and my Shiny also by Couture, and I'm just going to be placing rhinestones on each nail. So I'm taking about 3 per nail. and I'm just randomly placing it as a pop of bling. And this is just to lighten it up. And to be honest, like I'm placing down 3 dollops of this gummy jelly, and then I'll be putting a thin layer of Shiny, and I forgot where I put the blobs on some of them, so they might not be on the same spots. But as you see in my other videos, this one I just place down the gummy jelly, and then I'm just wiping the Shiny all over it. Sometimes I just concentrate on the parts that I do put the gummy jelly on, so I don't smear it everywhere. But because these rhinestones are not so big, I can put the Shiny all over the nail and over the gummy jelly and not worry about it not adhering to the nail, because it will. It's just small stones, as you see here. So the thin layer of gummy jelly that's spread all over the nail would be enough to keep it in place. And this packet of rhinestones I got as a complimentary thank you for ordering the larger rhinestones, like the big ones that you've seen in my other videos that have that are offset by tinier rhinestones. But so these rhinestones, I can't remember where I got them, but they were just a thank you packet, and it had all these random ones in there. So I've been using those up, and obviously I haven't separated them like I do with my other ones, so I'm searching for the right ones as I go, which is kind of annoying because I like to just place them down and not have to search for it. But I think it was more of an afterthought, these rhinestones, because I need it. I can't go out with the bling. I have to have at least some bling on there. And when I'm laying down the Shiny, I'm making sure that I at least place it on the tip and on the side walls, to seal in that design too. Otherwise, I would have had to use the top coat. But since I'm placing rhinestones already, I'm just using my Shiny as the top coat for the whole nail. And you're going to want to be sure that these regular nail polishes are fully dried before you continue on with the gel polish. And since I did do thin layers, my nails did dry fairly quickly. And then that's the other thing too with consistency on these bottles, is that some of them dry so quick. The Game of Chromes dries so well, so that's the other thing I love about it. It's like the perfect bottle. So now I'm just taking my nail cleanser and I am cleaning off my fingers. As you can see, it got the darker color when I was doing the ombre. I got some of that black striped nail polish on there, and because we sealed it all with the gel polish, I'm not too worried about having my nail cleanser or being rough with my nail cleanser on the whole nail as well. while I'm trying to clean off my fingers. So, but you would not be able to do it like that if you used all regular nail polish. In that case, you would just take like a detail brush or small brush and acetone and carefully wipe it off each finger. Now I'm taking Nourish by Gelish, this cuticle oil, and I'm putting this on each nail or each finger, and I'll be rubbing this in. As you can see, like just the nail cleanser alone just dries up my skin, so I really like doing this to give my skin life again. And I'm just rubbing this all around. And even the undersides too, because even when you're wiping off a sticky layer on the underside of a nail, sometimes it gets that white, dry look underneath the nail on the pads of your fingers. So you want to be sure to rub this in all over. So this is the end result. Autumn fall nails. It looks so good and classic, like some print print painting, if that makes any sense. Lost for words. Here's a close-up. So you can see like the layering of the lines and the color, and then the detailing. It just pulls it all together, and as you can see closely, like you can see the leaves at the bottom. The ombre is dark, but you know, in person the light is easier to view. So there you have it. This is Isms by Josie. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for future videos, and I hope you like this design. I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.